Hey, what's up? What's going on? How is everybody? I hope everybody's good. I am good. Took a little break from everything, from a lot of things actually. But now, again, like other videos I've done recently, these are not directed at anybody in particular. It's directed at self preservation. And I say self preservation because we absorb so much in a day. We may not even be aware of it. We may not even realize it. Sometimes we do. But at the same time, who's more important? You or them? And I say that because nobody is more important than you. And it's not being selfish to put yourself first. When I say it's not selfish to put yourself first, I'm talking about what's around you, what people do, what people bring, what people dump on us. Okay? And it's always a good thing to make sure that you are putting you first, especially when you're constantly dealing with drama, BS, negativity, you know, things like that. Because little do people actually realize, even though it's not, we don't keep it on the forefront mentally, subconsciously, it's always lingering. And it will come out when we least expect it. We can be getting ready to go to bed, taking an awesome shower. Oh, God, I left my shower. I have one of those handheld shower heads, and it massages and it does the what is that mess called? It mimics rain, and you can take it off and move it. Oh, God, I love it. And it's got a pressure wash. It is great for exfoliation, I'm just saying. Got it from Amazon. But we could be doing anything and not consciously be thinking about it, not subconsciously aware that it's still there. And I've noticed the more I speak about positivity and shutting out the negativity, a lot of people have stopped talking to me. And I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm not salty. It's just that I've chosen to finally put me first ahead of the BS, the drama, the negativity, the stress. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all have a plethora of that in our lives already, without the added bonus of somebody else bringing it to us. But it has to be said, because a lot of people don't realize what they're holding on to subconsciously. Like, I'm holding on to stuff subconsciously. I know I am. I'm human. We all do it. We're human. But it's what you do to remove it is what matters. Don't bury it. Don't mask it. Don't try to drown it out or filter it out with drinking or whatever it is that you may do. No judgment. That's just not something I do. Now, in many of my videos, I said that I used to drink like a fish. I did. There's not one drop of alcohol in my house and hasn't been. And I'm content. And I took this process to remove the stress and everything else from a day. I love watching Grey's Anatomy. And Meredith Grey and Christina Yang are best friends. And throughout the show, or the first group of seasons, they would have time to dance it out. And it works. I know it sounds silly, but it works. You don't actually really have to dance. You just kind of bounce around, and just let it go. Just shake it out. And it works. It helps. Because you're exuding that energy, you're letting it go, and your body is not holding on to it. And that is one thing that a lot of people don't realize. When our bodies are starting to hurt and ache for no plausible reason, go back over the conversations you've had with people. Go back over who you are around or who was near you. Pay attention to their tone, their words, and their body language, because that will tell you everything that you need to know. Now, some people like to talk. Some people need to vent often. And venting is fine. But it's what you do with their vent is what matters. If somebody is constantly going through something and you've already gone down that road a couple of times with them, don't be rude, but don't take that on for yourself, if that makes sense. And I say don't take that on for yourself is don't put yourself in that situation. That's not your situation to be in. It is okay to be there. It is okay to be a friend. It is okay to be a shoulder, whatever the case may be. But don't put yourself in their situation to try and fix it. It's not for you to do. When we do that, we are opening that door to absorb their energy, to absorb the negativity. And yes, being able to help someone on that type of level is always great. It's awesome. I've done it many times, and I shouldn't have. And I had to pay the price for it. But not going down that road. Why do you keep getting tighter and tighter? I swear, it's like my watch is trying to cut off my circulation. Anyway. And when I say I shouldn't have helped in that capacity, I used to take on everybody's issues as my own. So that way they wouldn't be alone with a situation, but yet and still, I was not putting me first. I was putting everybody else ahead of me. And some people will make you go there. Some people will sit there and just keep. Who? Oh, wow. I got an unexpected message on Instagram. Oh! But we can't always put everybody else ahead of us. That's not okay. It's not, because it's in the long run, it's going to wear you down and take you to a place mentally, spiritually, and emotionally that you don't want to be in. I say that because I speak from experience. I've been there. And would I go back to that? No. But I've had to really remove myself. And I say remove myself because it's easier to subtract yourself from someone or a situation. Think of it as you're going into a store and you're looking around, you don't see anything you want, so you leave. That's pretty much like subtracting yourself from a situation. The situation is here, you're approaching, you see, you leave. You don't even have to engage with the situation, but don't be rude to the person that has reached out to you or that has come to you because they're needing something. But sometimes we are not that someone that they need to get that something from. So I put it out there. We all know I have no filter. I have no filter. I do not know how to sugarcoat anything. I say, and I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just that when I'm catching your energy and your vibrations are so thick and strong that I feel it, I am responding based off of what I'm receiving. And it's not verbal. It's picture it like sound waves. You can't see them, but you can feel them. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Sound waves. We can't see the sound, but we can feel it. And that's more so what I'm talking about. But don't be rude. I mean, if you don't have a filter like I don't, and everybody that knows you don't have a filter, I mean, I've had to say this. And I know everybody I know knows I don't have a filter. I don't beat around the bush. I don't sugarcoat. I don't sweeten the blow, soften the blow. And I'm not going to take you in my arms and rock you. Okay, I'm not doing it. Everybody I know is over the age of 30. Okay? We don't need to be coddled. Okay? We're way past that, like decades past that. Okay? I'm going to tell you simple with these words. Now, forgive me, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but XYZ. I mean, you have to throw that but and the Oxford comma. But, comma. XYZ. Now, don't keep repeating yourself, talking about I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to be mean, because it sounds like you're trying to cover something up. I mean, if I'm saying it to be a jab, a blow, rude, mean, I'm gonna just come out and say it. And I'm not the type to sit and just dance around something. I don't know how. Okay, I know how to dance. I love to dance. I don't know how to dance around something I'm trying to say. I just don't. Call me mean. I'll wear it. And I have this please. Thank you much. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting in my office area, so I have my water stacked over there. But anyway, besides the point. Being rude intentionally is not okay. Sometimes I'm rude intentionally. That's not okay. If I'm not being pushed, I should not push. But sometimes, sometimes I push. And it's not to be mean. I'm trying to get you to see my POV because I'm on the outside looking in. And from where I'm standing and where I'm looking, um, do you not notice what's going on? Are you not cognizant of anything? That's that's where I go with it. That's why I get rude. Because it's like I hear the same repetitive thing and I'm just like, do I tune you out? Or do I try to be understanding, compassionate, empathetic, and listen? But when it comes to be like that every other day or that everyday repetitive thing, it's like, I love you. I really do. But we done been down this road 9 times and the lanes ain't changed, okay? You still in the center lane. You still doing 50 miles an hour, okay? And you still behind the same truck, okay? I'm gonna need you to, put your signal on, switch lanes, speed up or turn off or something. That's where I go with it. Because when somebody is in a situation, they need that outside opinion. They need that vent. It's almost like being in an emergency room. Your airway is restricted. So they have to crank you, incubate, ventilate. That's pretty much saying put the head back, open the airway, hold your bottom jaw down, and put a tube down your throat so you can breathe. And hopefully you don't have like a really tiny airway, because that'll be like a 0.5, you know. But side note, but we can't always be there for everybody else, because if we're always there for everybody else and then we're working full time on top of that and then we're trying to take care of everything else in our lives, we won't have anything left for ourselves. And I got to that point. And that's how I knew I reached the point of me or you. And again, this video is not directed at anyone in particular. I had to get to this point mentally and emotionally of being able to say me or you. Because if I'm constantly giving and I'm constantly doing for everybody around me, what do I have left for myself? So yes, it is okay to block out the negativity. It is okay to block out the BS. It is okay to protect you. And before my aunt died, her and I had this conversation, and she said it's okay to protect your home. And she was not talking about where we actually live, but she was saying it's okay to protect your home. This is home. And she was absolutely right. She had a lot going on before she left this earth. And she always was very calm, very loving, very polite, respectful. And it's like I would look at what she had going on and I'm just like, how do you stay so calm? And she looked at me and she would always smile. She says, a lot of meditation and a lot of patience. And I never forgot that. And, she said, if you don't remember anything else I've taught you, Remember, protect your home. And for many years, I put that out of my mind because I was so consumed with everybody else and what they were going through. I was not worried about my home. Like, this is my home. Like, my body is my home. Your body is your home. You have to protect it. You have to defend it at all costs, because if you don't, who will? So when I say protect your home, that means your mental, your spiritual, emotional, conscious, subconscious, energy, chakras, vibrations, everything. All of that is your home. If you let somebody come in and invade your peace, your serenity, your calm, your mellow, you're going to forever be disrupted until you withdraw and remove it. So that's why I said it's easy to subtract yourself from whatever it is. If it's not yours, subtract yourself. Like, it's okay. It is okay to protect you. It is okay to subtract yourself from the negativity. That is perfectly fine. Because the negativity gets in our body and it makes our bodies react in a very painful way. So that's why we all have to protect our home. Because without our home, where are we? What do we have? We have turmoil. We have chaos. We don't have peace. We have constant mess. And I don't know about anybody else, but I don't like having a mess. Okay? My home, where I live, that I call home, that is my peace. That is my castle. That is my calm. That is my joy. That is my pride. My apartment is very clean. And I spent yesterday pine-sawing my walls because allergy season, not fun. But anyway, besides the point. Well, actually, no, that kind of goes hand in hand, because if you don't keep your home clean, you're going to have the congestion. You're going to have, just mess lingering. Okay? Clean your home. Protect your home. Because without a clean, protected home, you might as well just have your front door to where you actually live wide open and put out a sign that says "Come in." Honestly. So you have to protect your home. Would I ever say that my home was unprotected? Yes. Between the ages of 16 to, I want to say, 27. My home was unprotected. My home was not clean. My home was not my home. My home was a group home. Anybody that had issues, close friends, people I thought of as family, you know what? They would just dump their stuff on me. And I would carry it like it's mine. Because I wasn't remembering how to let it go without being rude. Now, I'm going to say this. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But when you are going through your own shit, do not come over this way and dump your shit on me. Nope. Don't do it. Do not dump your shit on me. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not. But we have to get to that point where it's either me or you, me or you, me or you, me. I'm putting me first. I don't care how people take it. Now, I'm not talking about being selfish. I am not talking about being selfish. That's not what I'm talking about. Taking care of self, protecting self, cleansing self, that is something completely different. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, somebody asking you for something, you say, nope, I don't want to help you. I don't want to do this. Nope, that's your fault. That's the type of selfish I'm not dealing with. Because people are just selfish for no reason. Honestly. I went and got my car smog today, and I witnessed it. I legit witnessed it. This girl was walking with her phone in her hand, trying to get to a specific location, and she asked this guy, what 100 block it was, because her phone wasn't showing her. And he said, I don't know, look for a street sign. You couldn't just say, you couldn't just look at the building and say, this is the XYZ 100 block. Now, mind you, I'm sitting in my car. I'm getting ready to turn. And I got her attention. I said, excuse me, this is XYZ 100 block. And she was like, oh, okay, thank you. How hard was that? It didn't cost him anything to be nice. It doesn't cost us anything to be nice, but we have to be nice with limits. That's what I'm talking about. You protect yourself, you cleanse yourself, you protect your home, but being nice to somebody does not cost you anything, but be nice with limits. Just like a lot of you have children and you limit their TV watching, be nice with limits. Be kind with limits. Don't let somebody take your kindness for weakness. Don't let somebody take advantage of you. Because if you let them go so far, they will push the envelope and see how far they can get and see how far they can keep going if you are not without limits. If you are without limits, should I say, they will keep going. But if you are with limits, they won't. And that's the lesson I had to learn the hard way. But now that lesson has been learned, I am teaching it. If somebody keeps coming to you with the same issue and you keep doing, no. The answer is no. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean when I say no. But I have to have limits for myself. I have to have boundaries. If you have no limits and no boundaries, you will accept and do anything for anybody at any given moment without even taking you into account. I've done it. But now, no. I will only let you go so far, if it's through text, phone call, face-to-face, my presence. You can only go so far. And that's not to be mean. Those are my boundaries. Those are my limits. They're not put in place to offend, though a lot of people that I have known have taken offense to my boundaries and my limits and have stopped speaking to me. That's fine. It really is. It's fine. I don't sleep any less at night. As a matter of fact, on my days off, I get to sleep deep. I love sleeping deep. And I sleep diagonal across my bed. My big Eastern king in my bedroom sleeps so wonderfully. And then I have the memory foam mattress pad on top. My body has never spent a night on that mattress. Oh! Can we get into it? But that's what I'm talking about. Set your boundaries. Set your limits. And don't let anybody bend them, twist them, curve them, hoop them. No. We're all adults. But what we cannot do is allow someone to keep taking from us and we keep giving even when we have nothing left to give. For example, you're going through hypothermia, your brain is shut down, your organs have shut down, your blood vessels have been stretched thin to maintain blood, not to mention you're bleeding. So hypothermia and you're bleeding out in the middle of nowhere. It could take days for somebody to find you. It could, I won't say days, because in days you might be dead, but it could take somebody hours to find you. And with your body going into self-preservation, that's what we have to do. Let self-preservation work like your body's automatic functions. Let it work like your body's mainframe. So if the body is injured, it's bleeding, and to preserve itself for as long as it possibly can, your brain shuts down, your heart shuts down, your lungs shut down, and everything else follows. The body is preserving itself for as long as it can. It is providing itself a safety net just in case. The body can do that. Just like when there is an infection that we're not aware of somewhere in our body, and our body temperature stays elevated, the body is fighting the infection. When we're sweating, when we're sick, our body is fighting the infection. So let your energy and your chakras and your vibrations and your positivity be your safety defense against negativity and anything that would jeopardize your safety. That's what I'm trying to say. Let your home defend itself. But you also have to give it that proper foundation to be able to defend itself against intrusion. Because if you don't, who are you going to choose? Them or you? Who are you going to choose? Them or you? Honestly. But on that note, I would go sit in my meditation room, which is my walk-in closet, but there is no AC in my closet. And in the warm/hot months, that is it works like a sauna room. Because if you put on one of those if you put on a thermal shirt that holds in the body heat, that's very thin, it's not compression. I think it is a compression. I don't know. I forgot which one it is, but I have a plethora of them. And let me tell you, I used to sit in my closet for about 2 hours with one of those shirts on under one of these. Look, don't take a shower and then go in there. No. You're going to come out and need another one. But seriously, protect your home. Okay? Protect you. Value and love yourself enough to be able to say, enough is enough. I choose me. I'm choosing me. Because if you don't, nobody will. Self-preservation. I'm not saying be rude. I'm not saying be mean. I'm just saying protect home. Protect yourself. So, with that, I hope everybody has a good day. And if you're working today, don't work too hard. Work smarter, not harder. And it takes work. But don't forget 5 things that you love about yourself every morning. You don't have to say them out loud. You don't have to write them down. Just tell yourself mentally, what are 5 things I love about myself this morning? What are 5 things I love about what are 5 things I love about myself right now? So, once you get those 5 things, keep going.